Title: The Rate Cut Dilemma, a Panic Response or Strategic Move. Description: as the Federal Reserve's decision to cut rates by 50 basis points reverberates across the American economic landscape, it raises critical questions about the underlying motivations and broader implications. With unemployment as the stated reason, many wonder whether this move reflects a genuine concern for the American populace or a calculated strategy influenced by political pressures ahead of the elections. This article delves into the complexities surrounding the rate cut, examining its potential impact on everyday Americans, the administration's focus on political agendas over pressing economic issues, and the disparity it creates between different socioeconomic groups. In recent weeks, the Federal Reserve's decision to lower interest rates by 50 basis points has sparked intense debate. On the surface, the cut appears to be a proactive measure to combat rising unemployment. However, a closer examination reveals that this decision may be driven more by political necessity than by genuine economic strategy. The unemployment narrative. The administration has touted the declining unemployment rate as a success story, yet the reality is more nuanced. Unemployment figures have seen significant fluctuations, and the current rate, while lower, masks a host of issues including underemployment and job quality. Critics argue that the administration's focus has been more on advancing its political agenda than on addressing the immediate needs of the American workforce. Rising costs versus rate cuts. Amidst this backdrop, household costs continue to climb, with essentials like gas and groceries becoming increasingly unaffordable. The juxtaposition of a rate cut against this rising financial strain raises eyebrows. Many Americans see the rate cut not as a relief measure, but as an indication of panic within the Democratic Party, an attempt to stave off electoral backlash by creating a semblance of economic stability. Political agendas and economic consequences. The administration's slow response to pressing issues, particularly in the Middle East, has further fueled skepticism. Instead of prioritizing urgent calls for action, it seems more focused on political rivalries and scoring points against the Republican opposition. This fixation on vendettas over vital economic and foreign policy matters has left many Americans feeling neglected. Blame game and economic burden. Furthermore, the administration has frequently pointed fingers at the previous Trump administration for the current economic woes. While past policies undoubtedly influence the present, this tactic often serves as a convenient excuse to deflect responsibility for current challenges. The introduction of left-leaning policies has added to the economic burden faced by average Americans, particularly Gen Z and senior citizens, who are feeling the squeeze more than others. Have a wealth transfer? Critics argue that the recent rate cut has primarily benefited the wealthy, allowing significant financial resources to flow from banks to affluent individuals, including those residing abroad. This has led to increased concerns that the rate cut serves as a mechanism for wealth redistribution that favors the rich rather than addressing the plight of the middle and lower classes. Conclusion: the American perspective. As the dust settles on this rate cut, Americans are left grappling with its implications. The combination of rising costs, a politicized response to unemployment, and perceived indifference to the struggles of everyday citizens paints a troubling picture. Whether seen as a desperate attempt to salvage electoral prospects or a genuine miscalculation, the fallout from this decision will likely influence public sentiment and policy debates in the months to come. In a country that has long cherished the ideal, the American dream, the current economic landscape challenges that narrative. As Americans reflect on these developments, the hope remains that the administration will eventually prioritize the welfare of its citizens over partisan politics, paving the way for a more equitable and stable economic future.